everyone. Welcome to Simplif, and I'm going to talk about the top 11 machine learning frameworks you need to know. If you are new to our Simplif channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so that you get notified when we post a new video or go live. So, what is machine learning? Machine learning is a field that deals with educating the machines to make them able to make decisions like humans. To define it more specifically, machine learning is a field that is a subset of artificial intelligence, is a process that deals with educating a computer system so that it learns from its own feedback instead of having to explicitly program it for every task. For an instance, when you buy something on Amazon, it starts showing you the similar products related to your last purchase and recommends you some additional products that you may prefer. All these are the tasks possible through recommendation system that is executed through machine learning algorithms. Now I'm going to take you through the top 11 machine learning frameworks. Behind even a simple machine learning models, there are complex programs involved which cannot be built from scratch every time. Therefore, machine learning engineers use various frameworks that reduce the burden to a greater extent. Machine learning or deep learning frameworks are those tools, interfaces, or libraries that allow building a model in lesser time without having to write complex, lengthy programs each time through optimized components. By mentioning the deep learning here, we mean to specify the accuracy and efficiency that comes in within these techniques. All these frameworks serve the purpose both for machine learning and deep learning. Hence, we will mention both the terminologies in the following discussion. So let's look at the top machine or deep learning frameworks popular among the developers, which are discussed below. The first machine learning framework is TensorFlow. TensorFlow is an open source machine learning and deep learning framework owned and maintained by Google Brain team. It is one of the most popular frameworks among the machine learning professionals. TensorFlow is used for data integration functions, inputting graphs, SQL tables, along with the images. So what are the features of TensorFlow? It is based on JavaScript. Python is the most preferred programming language to be used in TensorFlow. TensorFlow has four variants that support different technologies as per necessity. TensorFlow.js allows creating machine learning models using JavaScript. TensorFlow Lite allows creating machine learning models on mobile and embedded devices like Android, iOS, and Raspberry Pi. TensorFlow Extended allows creating and deploying end-to-end machine learning components for production. Swift for TensorFlow allows integrating TensorFlow directly with a general purpose programming language. Let's look at the pros of TensorFlow. The first one is ease of model building. The model building in TensorFlow is quite easy as it offers multiple levels of abstraction, but the suitable one can be chosen as per the need. It also facilitates the developer with more flexibility, intuitive debugging, immediate iteration, and much more. The second pro is robust. TensorFlow is a robust framework that lets the developers to build and deploy models irrespective of the platform, device, or language. And the third pro is speed and performance. TensorFlow allows developing innovative and complex machine learning models without affecting speed and performance. It provides flexibility and control through various APIs. So, what are the cons of TensorFlow? Demands of excessive coding. TensorFlow requires excessive coding and works on static computation graph. Hence, defining the graph is necessary in order to run the calculation. The second con is requires retraining the model. Any changes in the model architecture require the model to be retrained. And the third con is does not support Windows. TensorFlow does not support Windows operating system. However, it can be installed through Conda or Python package library pip. The second machine learning framework is PyTorch. Similar to Google's TensorFlow, Facebook has also developed a framework called PyTorch, which is based on Torch library. The aim of PyTorch is to accelerate the entire process, beginning with research prototyping to production deployment. So what are the features of PyTorch? PyTorch offers flexibility and optimization. It allows flexibility in eager mode and allows seamless transition to graph mode with the help of Torch script. It supports mobile deployment. PyTorch allows machine learning models to be deployed on mobile devices supporting iOS and Android. It facilitates pre-processing and integration required to incorporate machine learning in mobile applications. Deployable at scale. PyTorch can be deployed at scale using Torch Serve. It includes features like logging, metrics, multi-modal serving, and development of RESTful endpoints. Let's look at the pros and cons of PyTorch. The pros of PyTorch are suited for both research and production. PyTorch is suited for both research and production as it has the native support of the execution of collective operations and peer-to-peer communication, which is then accessible through Python and C++. Supports dynamic graph updating. PyTorch supports dynamic graph updating, which implies that even during the training process, changes to the model architecture can be made. Useful for small projects. PyTorch is extremely used in cases of natural language processing and computer vision. It is also helpful for deploying small projects and prototypes. What are the cons of PyTorch? No official version. PyTorch has still not been able to come up with an official version, which is why it is less supported. Lack of visualization. PyTorch has limited visualization tool, which is why the developers are bound to depend on the Python data visualization tools. Final learning development tool not present. PyTorch has a major disadvantage that it is not the final learning development tool and requires Python programs to be converted into other models to develop the applications based on real time. The third machine learning framework is Caffe. Caffe is an open source deep learning framework developed at BAIR, Berkeley AI Research, for the purpose of image processing. Caffe is also known for its speed and compatibility with programming languages. So, what are the features of Caffe? Flexible to mobile support. Though Caffe is good with deep learning algorithms, but when the developer is more concerned towards platforms like mobile, it can provide flexibility compared to TensorFlow. Suitable for image recognition, Caffe was developed for image processing. However, it can process almost 60 million images easily in a day, making it best suited for image recognition. Speed is a USP. Caffe spends around 1 ms or image for interference and 4 ms or image for learning. This clearly hints how speed is a USP of Caffe. So what are the pros and cons of Caffe? The pros of Caffe are supports various interfaces. Caffe supports many interfaces like C, C++, Python, MATLAB, as well as the command line interfaces. Hence, it's compatible for everyone. Ease of training. Caffe has a robust architecture which allows training the neural networks without having to write lengthy codes, which accelerates active development. The cons of Caffe are C++ is a must. In order to work in Caffe, the developer needs to be familiar with C++. Granular network absent. The granular network layers are absent in Caffe as opposed to TensorFlow and Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit. The fourth machine learning framework is Scikit-Learn. Scikit-Learn in Python is an open source library that is used for developing machine learning models. Developed as part of Google's Summer of Code project, Scikit-Learn contains an exhaustive set of tools used for statistical modeling and machine learning. What are the features of Scikit-Learn? Supports most supervised learning algorithms. Scikit-Learn supports most of the supervised learning algorithms, whether it is linear regression, decision trees, support vector machines, or Bayesian methods. Scikit-Learn supports all of them. Feature extraction and cross-validation. Scikit-Learn allows extraction of features of text as well as images. It also allows developers to verify the accuracy and validity of supervised models on unseen data. Clustering and ensemble methods. It allows the predictions of several supervised models to be combined. Also, Scikit-Learn allows the unlabeled data to be grouped. Let's look at the pros and cons of Scikit-Learn. Supports real-world scenarios. The Scikit-Learn library is versatile in nature and helps perform real-world applications like analyzing consumer behavior. Includes useful utilities. It includes a collection of utilities that are highly useful for splitting data, computing statistical operations, and performing matrix operations. Easy to use. This library is easy to use and it integrates pretty well with NumPy. The cons of Scikit-Learn are lack of flexibility. The model API for this library is not flexible enough and hence causes biasness, slow speed, does not use hardware acceleration, which makes it slow at times, unfit for deep learning. Scikit-Learn is not the best choice for deep learning. The fifth machine learning framework is Theano. Theano is a Python library that is developed at Lisa Lab to help develop machine learning algorithms quickly and efficiently. It allows evaluating mathematical operations and hence is a perfect choice for deep learning operations. So what are the features of Theano? Automatic differentiation. A developer has to implement only the forward part of the model and Theano library will automatically calculate the gradients at various points. Speed and stability optimization. Theano internally reorganizes and optimizes the computations to make them execute faster. For this purpose, Theano also tries to compile some of the operations in C. Tightly coupled with NumPy, Theano is tightly integrated with NumPy. What are the pros and cons of Theano? The pros are supports both CPU and GPU. Theano works better on GPU than on CPU. The same code can be run on both CPU and GPU, and Theano automatically figures out which part of the code to run on GPU. Writes customized codes in C. Theano can generate customized codes in C for many mathematical operations. Combination of computer algebra system and compiler. Theano typically is a combination of computer algebra system and optimizing compiler which is specifically used in the cases where complex mathematical expressions are evaluated repeatedly. What are the cons of Theano? Slow speed. Theano takes time to run larger models and complex symbolic graphs. Difficult to learn. Theano has a steep learning curve and hence it is difficult to learn. And low level. Theano uses low level APIs. The sixth machine learning framework is Amazon Machine Learning. Amazon Machine Learning, Amazon ML, is a cloud-based platform that allows the developers to develop machine learning models in a robust manner. It reads data through Amazon S3, Redshift, and RDS, which is even visualized through AWS Management Console and Amazon Machine Learning API. What are the features of Amazon ML? Constructs mathematical models. Amazon ML algorithms discovers the patterns in data and construct mathematical models using this data, which are used for making predictions. Synchronizes previous data. It synchronizes previous data and uses it later to provide necessary information to the user. Not required to learn complex ML. The visualization tools and wizards inbuilt in Amazon ML guide the developer through the process of creating machine learning models without having to learn complex ML algorithms. What are the pros and cons of Amazon ML? The pros are quick application development. Amazon ML helps the developers to build machine learning applications quickly that are used for significant purposes like fraud detection, demand forecasting, predictive customer support, etc. Easy prediction. As soon as the models are ready, Amazon ML obtains predictions easily for the applications with the help of simple APIs without having to maintain any infrastructure. Comprehensive analytics. Amazon ML offers a range of services for data analytics, data storage, business intelligence, batch processing, stream processing, and data progress orchestration. What are the cons of Amazon ML? Limited variables in a schema. Amazon ML does not support a schema that has more than 1000 variables. File size to be limited. The data size files requires being limited to ensure speedy execution, hence it gets failed. Requires considerable size of memory. Amazon ML requires 10 GB for real-time prediction, which is a huge amount of memory. The seventh machine learning framework is RapidMiner. RapidMiner is a data science platform that allows performing data preparation, machine learning, deep learning, text mining, and predictive analytics. It is extensively used for business and commercial purposes like training, research, education, application development, rapid prototyping, etc. What are the features of RapidMiner? Client-server model. RapidMiner works on a client-server model where the server can be on-premise, public or private, or on cloud. Template-based framework. It provides solution with the help of template-based frameworks that speed up the delivery and reduce the error without having to write the code. Facilitates data mining and machine learning. RapidMiner facilitates data mining and machine learning procedures along with data loading and ETL, data pre-processing and visualization, predictive analytics, and statistical modeling and deployment. What are the pros of RapidMiner? Easy to use visual environment. RapidMiner consists of easy to use visual environment to build analytic processes such as graphical design environment and visual representation with annotations. Supports scripting environments. It also supports scripting environments like R or Groovy for ultimate extensibility. GUI for workflows. It facilitates the developers with a GUI to design and execute analytical workflows, which are called processes that consist of multiple operators. The cons of RapidMiner are difficult for coders. It is based on flow programming, which does not allow to use coding, despite having coding modules in Java and Python. Confusing. Includes a lot of modules, which is confusing at times. Limited scope. RapidMiner offers limited use cases. The eighth machine learning framework is Apache Mahout. Apache Mahout is an open source scalable library for machine learning algorithms. It was initially a sub-project of Apache Lucene, which is a highly performance text search engine library, but later on it became one of the top Apache projects. So what are the features? Supports distributed network. Apache Mahout works properly on distributed environment as it is built on top of Hadoop. Because of this, it is easy to scale using Mahout on cloud. Ready-to-use framework. Apache Mahout provides a ready-to-use framework for performing data mining tasks on huge volumes of data. Supports MapReduce clustering implementation. It consists of MapReduce enabled clustering implementation like k-means, fuzzy k-means, canopy, mean shift, etc. So let's look at the pros and cons. The pros are fast platform. Applications can be executed and analyzed in a much faster way using Mahout. Greater community. Mahout has a huge community support which is rarely found for other open source machine learning libraries. Inbuilt fitness for distributed environment. Apache Mahout has inbuilt fitness for distributed environment which helps in evolutionary programming. The cons of poor visualization. Mahout lacks improper data visualization support and also in case of scientific libraries. Legacy dependencies. Mahout consists of legacy dependencies which may create troubles in case of running Spark jobs. The ninth machine learning framework is KNIME. KNIME is an open data analytics platform suitable for small businesses. It facilitates analytics through drag and drop options. It supports machine learning, statistical calculations, ETL. Various companies use KNIME to understand data and design data science workflows. So what are the features of KNIME? GUI for development. KNIME provides a GUI for development process where a user just has to define the workflow between the predefined nodes. Therefore, no programming knowledge is required for working in KNIME. Nodes for tasks. KNIME facilitates the developers with predefined components that are called nodes for performing various tasks, such as reading data, fetching data in various formats. Supports all the OSs. KNIME supports all the three major OS, that is Windows, Linux, and macOS. Now let's look at the pros and cons of KNIME. The pros are free of cost. KNIME is absolutely free of cost platform that provides plethora of free extensions for executing every single process. Provides extensions and integrations. KNIME provides a number of community provided extensions and integrations that greatly enrich the software functionalities, allowing advanced machine learning algorithms to be developed. Automating workflow deployment. The higher tiers of KNIME server allows the developers to use REST API and web portal that in turn automate the workflow deployment and execute workflows remotely. The cons are inefficient visualization. The visualization of KNIME is not up to the mark. Other BI tools like Power BI and Tableau have better visualization functionalities. Difficult for non-technical people. KNIME is difficult for non-technical people as it requires the knowledge of R or Python for statistical analysis. Not coupled with Jupyter. KNIME is not integrated with Jupyter Notebook. Also, the tools used for writing and developing script are difficult to use and they do not have any much features. The 10th machine learning framework is Weka. Weka is an open source collection of machine learning algorithms used for data mining tasks. This platform provides tools for data reprocessing, implementations of ML algorithms, and visualization to develop machine learning techniques to real world situations. So, what are the features of Weka? Based on Java, Weka is written in Java and provides an API that is well documented and allows integration into own applications. GUI based platform. It is a GUI based platform that allows completing machine learning projects without having to write code. Command line interface. All the features of platform can be used from command line interface, which is useful to write scripts for large jobs. What are the pros and cons of Weka? The pros are no programming required. Weka is extremely helpful for beginners as they can develop machine learning models using GUI without having to write codes. Supports main platforms. Weka supports three major platforms, that is Windows, OS X and Linux. Large number of tools. Weka has a large number of classification and regression tools. What are the cons of Weka? Less active community. Compared to R programming, Weka has less active community, not fit for unprepared data. Weka is good when data is clean and prepared, which is in case of real life, hence it is not good for data that is unprepared. Cannot handle large data sets. Weka is certainly not suitable for large data sets. The 11th top machine learning framework is H20.ai. H20.ai is a collection of open source AI and machine learning products that works to promote the use of AI in the industries. They have a large community of data scientists and organizations to accelerate the growth and adoption of AI in various sectors. So what are the features of H20.ai? The product suite of H20.ai includes H20. It is an open source in memory distributed platform allowing the developers to build machine learning models. Deep water. It includes H20 along with a tight integration with TensorFlow, Caffe, etc. Sparkling water. It includes H2O along with a tighter integration with Spark, Steam, an enterprise version where scientists can train and deploy machine learning models and make them available through APIs to be integrated into applications. Driverless AI allows an enterprise non-technical employees prepare data, calibrate parameters, and determine optimal algorithms to tackle particular business problems using machine learning. So what are the pros and cons of H20.ai? The pros are speed. This is a fast platform that supports distributed environment which stores the data across clusters and in memory in a compressed columnar format which allows reading the data simultaneously. Identifies the data. It has built intelligence to identify the schema for the incoming data set and supports data ingest from various sources and formats. Strong performer. Most of the AI frameworks can be used for automation work and it is a strong performer in predictive analytics and machine learning. The cons are not user-friendly. H20.ai is not user-friendly, not well documented. It is not maintained properly, the platform is not well documented, and it becomes really difficult to build something on top of it. Machine learning domain has a lot of frameworks which are widely popular across all industries. In order to find the right framework, the developer needs to be aware of the frameworks popularly used. Therefore, if you are a beginner in machine learning domain, then you should definitely learn all the frameworks that are available in the market. This knowledge will definitely give an edge over other competitors. Well, that's it for this small session. I hope you took away some real good points from here and kickstart your learning. If you have any queries, head on to the comment section below and leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to a Simplift channel for more information on the latest technologies and courses offered at www.simpliv.com or reach out to your numbers on your screen 510-849-6155. Happy learning!